Hey, buddy, watch this.
Hello, hello, Regis Kilbin is the name, and Hearthstone is the game, and this is the Advice Arena, where I give you advice on playing in Arena. This time around, I'll actually be choosing Warrior as my class. I've yet to play a Warrior in the Advice Arena, despite a lot of runs, and whoa. I was going to say I don't typically like Warrior. It's my least favorite Arena class, I believe. It's historically been quite bad, and I have a challenging time drafting and building a deck that makes sense. But we have actually started out with a legendary. I think this might even be maybe only our second legendary in the Advice Arena history. So we might be a little behind the curve there. But now we have to decide which of these legendaries we want to take. And that said, I really don't know which one is good. Yasharaj Rage Unbound may just have to be the pick because it is an old god, and I've never played an old god in Arena. I think it's probably really, really too slow. In other words, if you play this on turn 10, there might just be the chance that your opponent can ignore it and just kill you. If you do play it on turn 10 and you're in a position where it lives and gets the job done, then you are probably winning anyway. So this could just be a dead card. Brand Bronzebeard seems quite good. There's a lot of different battle cries that could get value. Iron Juggernaut seems fine too. A 6/5 for 6 is fine. And Warrior does have ways to stretch the game out, so that 10 damage to their face might actually matter. But I don't really care. Not every run has to be all about maximizing your chances to win, right? I think Brand Bronzebeard would have been the best choice if we were just focusing specifically on winning the games. But this is a fun video. We got to pick the Yasharaj Rage Unbound, so this will forever be known as the Yasharaj Warrior. We've already decided the name. So moving on throughout the rest of the draft, I think here we'll take Novice Engineer. Both these 4-drops just don't have the stats we necessarily want, and card draw is always a good thing to have, despite Novice Engineer's weaker body. I know I just said card draw is awesome, but this one's a little bit slower. 5 armor's fine, but we don't know that we'll guaranteed have ways to utilize that armor, like Shield Slams are pretty rare. So that card draw may not be ideal. On the other hand, Bilefin Tidehunter is a really good 2-drop. Cavalry Raider's fine, but I think we're going to get a lot of late game cards. We already have one big one. So I don't want to rely on late game cards, because Cavalry is really a 7-mana card, right? You don't typically play it on 5. So we'll take the 2-drop Bilefin Tidehunter instead, since it is so good. The taunt's fantastic. Here we'll grab the Ararethi Weaponsmith. Weapons are great in Arena, allowing you to make nice trades. So there's just a lot of value packed into this 4-drop. The other 2 cards are actually both good, but I just really like Ararethi Weaponsmith, so we'll grab it for now. Here we'll probably take the Loot Hoarder. That might do it for our card draw needs between the few cards that we have already. The other 2 as 4/4s just aren't that exciting. 4/4 for 4 is a little light on health. Dancing Swords is a fine card, but not the best card, so we'll go ahead and take the Loot Hoarder. This is a little tough. Stormwind Champion's good. Tidehunter is solid. I think I'm going to take the Cleave here. We have some minions already, so early game removal makes some sense. And again, I don't necessarily need a giant late game card right now. Duskboar's pretty bad, and Anubis Sentinel I've seen people get value out of, but I have trouble making this card work really well. I think I'd rather just have the Mechanical Yeti as another good 4-drop. 4s are important, and that's a very good one. Here, Revenge is actually a solid card. It kind of serves as a Whirlwind effect, which can be useful sometimes, although right now we're a little weak to Whirlwinds in our current list. It can also be like a baby Flame Strike, right? If you get really damaged and you're able to hit for 3 instead of 1, you can really destroy an enemy board. Young Priestess is not that exciting. I actually am going to take the Sunwalker here, though. It's really good with Yasharaj. Big taunts in general are good. It's just a great Arena card overall. And I want to focus on minions as much as I can, so we'll take the Sunwalker. Here we've got really 2 good choices. Eldritch Horror is pretty slow to not have taunt. It's hard to make that work. Bloodhoof Brave is a fantastic 4-drop. The taunt is good. The enrage effect can make trades very awkward sometimes. Korkan Arit's also good, but we do have like an active 4-mana minion already. In other words, this kind of has like a charge effect because it gives us a weapon we can utilize instantly. So I think I'll take the taunt here with the Bloodhoof Brave. I like the potential that it offers. Okay, Twilight Summoner, intriguing, a little bit slow, but a lot of upside in that Death Rattle. Sea Reaver, Nice big body, but that effect is really quite unpredictable. You don't want to kill your own Loot Hoarders and Bilefin Tidehunters, for instance, because you could draw this on turn 3. So I think that's a definite pass. I do like what Kodo Rider has to offer, though. Just a lot of intense late-game value. We have some taunts to protect it. Good with Yashiraj. That said, we're getting kind of... maybe one more late-game card is all we can really afford at this point. Gorehound's way too slow and bad stats. Inner Rage is hard to work with. And as a 0-mana card, it's easy to burn out of cards quite quickly despite the card draw we have. We'll take the Earthen Ring Farseer here. Maybe not to heal ourselves, probably on turn 3, but healing other minions sometimes can be a very valuable thing. So I like the potential that offers. Here I think I'll grab the Korkron Elite. We already have a Cleave and a Bilefin, so that's kind of boring, and we've met those needs. And I did mention I really do like the Korkrons. It gives you direct damage, it allows you to trade, it does a couple things well. That said, we're almost solid on 4 drops right now. We may not need another 4, so we'll have to be careful about what we choose as far as our curve is concerned. Here I'll grab the Mech Warper. It's a good 2-mana minion. We probably won't get any mechs to synergize with it particularly well. But really, we're just grabbing it for its stats, and the rest of those cards were not enticing in that regard. Here I'll grab the Brewmaster. Again, it's kind of just a 2-drop for me more than anything else. We do have some cards, though, that could benefit from the Battlecry that returns them to our hand. Frankly, almost everything around it, right? The Novice Engineer could benefit, the Bilefin, the Weaponsmith, the Farseer. Even these two can benefit. The Taunt might as well just refresh the shield. So actually a lot of synergy with our deck right now. Here we'll definitely grab the Piloted Shredder. I said I really only wanted one more 4-drop, and this is one of the better 4-drops in the game, so I can't see passing this up, particularly when the other 2 minions are quite terrible. We need some 5-drops, so I think we'll grab Silverhand Knight here. Amgam's just way too poorly aligned on stats, so 1 attack does nothing. Heroic Strike's a solid card because it's good removal. And I would like a weapon or removal like this, but I do want to make sure I have a good curve, so having a 5-drop is quite important. Battle Rage can be difficult without guaranteed whirlwind effects in Arena. It's usually we'll draw a card or 2, but getting 3 or 4 to make it really an amazing card is hard. Raid Leader's stats are too bad for its effect. Frost Elemental, on the other hand, is a good card, but that might have to be the final late-game card we draw, except for these late-game cards, because we don't have a choice. So 6 or later, we may not want any more. We really still need some more 2-drops and 3-drops to help fill in the gaps here, and a couple 5s. On that note, Frostwolf Warlord is actually a solid 5-drop, but so is Cult Apothecary. They kind of do different things, right? This one helps you stay alive longer. This one helps you pressure from an advantaged board position. I think it's possible we'll have an advantaged board position, but with bad cards like Loot Hoarder and Novice Engineer and kind of low health stuff, we may not keep minions around that long. But we do like to live forever because we have our Yashiraj. So I think the Cult Apothecary is going to take the win here, just because it could help me stabilize in the late game and live until something like Yashiraj actually matters. Alright, so Stormpike Commando, probably just not good enough here. It's really not a bad card in my mind, but the 2 health is pretty weak despite the good battle cry. The real debate is between Flame Juggler and Micro Machine. Normally Flame Juggler would be an instant choice for me because of its better stats and active battle cry, but we do actually have the Mech Warper. So we have 1 mech with Piloted Shredder. There's a chance Micro Machine could get some extra value, but I think Flame Juggler is just too good to pass up. It's consistent. It's always good. The other mech is only good, a very small portion of the time. Here, Mana Addict is very hard to work with, particularly in Warrior. Blackwater Pirates, a 4-drop, which we have plenty of, and it's just not good. It doesn't have enough attack. We'll take the Saboteur. Not that I care that much about the effect, but the body is actually solid for a 3-drop, and we do have a hole in our 3-mana spot, so that one won't hurt. This is a bad set. So Bolster is actually a good buff, but it's only on taunt minions. Right now we have 1 taunt minion, 2 taunt minions. I don't think we can afford to do that because both our taunts come after turn 4, so this would just be totally dead in our hand for a very long time. Dollar on Mage is just awful. Bad stats, meaningless effect in Warrior. Maiden of the Lake is a 4-drop, which we don't need, and it has bad stats too. I think I'm going to take Bolster. I'm not happy about it. It's a bad card, but it could work with the Bloodhoof Brave in particular, so we'll keep an eye out. Maybe if we grab another taunt or two, it'll be worth it. Here, we'll go ahead and grab the Spectral Knight. It's the best minion. Mad Scientist is obviously not good in Warrior. Reckless Rocketeer is fine, but I don't think we're going to win off charge effects or big damage. So we want value instead. And we have a lot of 6-drops and not as many 5-drops, so I think that's a pretty smooth choice. Healbot makes some sense given the other stuff we have happening with the late game stabilization. Mookless Champion is less good because I don't think we're going to be all about early game minions. I think I'm actually going to take the Dancing Swords here though, because we're still light on 3-drops. We only have 2, and it's got a nice solid body to help us trade pretty reasonably. Alright, so here's a mech for some mech synergy. We've got another Cult Apothecary, but I think I like the Orgrimmar Aspirant here. Not that the weapon attack's probably ever going to hit. Right now we only have 1 weapon in the entire deck, which is kind of sad, by the way. I'd really like to pick up a couple weapons and a couple taunts, because our curve is okay, I think, at this point. But I want to make sure I have early minions, and this could scare somebody, and you know, it's got some upside, I guess. Here we'll take the Heroic Strike as a removal spell, essentially. Spellbreaker's pretty solid, but again, I could probably afford 1 more 4-drop. Stormpike Commando I just don't think is good enough. So I'm a little debating here. I think Heroic Strike's just too good though. Here we'll take Slam. We've got a lot of 2-drops, but thankfully some of them are card draw. So we'll be refilling our hand. This one's too slow. Battle Rage I still don't think we have consistent enough ways to pull off. And we have a lot of 1 health stuff too, so it may never work. Slam gives us the most guaranteed value there. Here I think we'll grab the Bog Creeper. We do need the taunts, as I mentioned. 1 more big guy probably doesn't kill us, so we have a lot of 2-drops. And that's great with Yashiraj and helps us survive. Oh, Deathbite, such a good card. I forgot how amazing this card is. We'll have to take it here. Ship's Cannon is fine, but I think we're okay on 2s. We have so much stuff at 2, it's kind of ridiculous. And Deathbite's just such a good weapon. Alright, so here's another tough choice. 3 solid minions. As far as 2-drops go, how many of these are like good minions to play? 1, 2, 2.5, 3.5, 4.5. But we have a lot of removal. I think we'll grab the Scarlet Crusader here just for curve reasons. We have 4 3-drops, so this is fine. Alright, pretty disappointing set to finish on here. Nothing that we need. In fact, these 2 things could hurt us. Bloodsail Corsair is pretty bad. No pirate synergies. This set is awful. Is the Wailing Soul good in any way? I don't think so, because there will be times it's just totally unplayable. We have so many things with like effects and death rattles and taunts, and I think we have to take the Bloodsail Corsair. Oh, not that it's good, but Mana Wraith, we have a lot of 2-mana stuff, and it could punish us more than our opponent, really, so why not? Goodness. This is it. This is our Yashiraj Rage Unbound Warrior. The Yashiraj Warrior from Bloodsail Corsair down to Mechanical Yeti, and from Piloted Shredder through Yashiraj. I don't know, it might be okay. We've got card draw, we've got minions, we've got removal. Got some weapons, got a crazy legendary that we'll probably never see, but it's worth a shot. So let's go ahead and take this thing out and see what happens. I'm not hopeful at all, by the way. I think it's maybe a little too slow with that Yashiraj. If he comes early and kills a card the whole game, we're going to be in a tough spot, because I don't think he has an instant enough impact to win us the game. But as I said at the beginning of the draft when we chose him, right, not every game is not every run is about maximizing your wins. I guess sometimes you gotta have a little bit of fun, and I think Yashiraj is gonna make a more fun video for all of us, so maybe we'll tank the win rate a little and see how we go. Alright, mirror match. Not a lot of warriors in arena, so that's intriguing to see. Thankfully, we do have a nice 2-drop to open with. In fact, we'll probably just go ahead and keep both of those. Look for a 3 or 4 that's more defensive in nature. The Corcoran Elite, although a 4-drop doesn't trade very favorably at 4. It tends to trade up better or do face damage. So you don't want to play it into like a 2-drop with 3 attack and just let it die basically at a huge discount for your opponent. That's a significant tempo loss to you, and not a good opening card hand, but a very solid later game card in my opinion. So we're fine. We've got 2s and 3s in the coin. We can certainly piece together some answers here. Fiery War Axe is going to ruin us a little bit. Oh, this is good though. If this hits, we're in a good spot, right? We're going to go ahead and coin it out. Yeah, we'll go ahead and coin it out. Why not? We can slam or Heroic Strike for removal next turn. It didn't hit. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Maybe I got too tempted. I don't know. Hopefully he hero powers, though. Man, my odds just got like 1,000 times better, and I missed my chance here. Loot Hoarder's actually just dandy. Our boards will trade evenly. Got a 3-drop. Got card draw. Got pretty solid removal with Heroic Strike. Man, we're both just playing like junk. Scarlet Crusaders is not very good into the Jeweled Scarab, but we'll probably make it work. We'll draw first with the Loot Hoarder to see what we get. If we get a better 3-drop, we'll play it, but we didn't, so we'll go ahead and do it. At least it survives, but it loses a lot of its value here. Especially if he has like a whirlwind effect like that, yeah. I think the Death Spite is better than the Heroic Strike. Just gives me value over multiple turns, and this is still available to do 8 or something if I need it. We got a good 5-drop, so we're not in a bad spot really. Some card draw still. That's really good. He's having a slow turn. This is what I don't like about Shield Block, right? Like, he didn't accomplish anything. Got health, but who cares? The Death Rattle here could give me some issues with like Biofem, but thankfully we have a 6-drop to follow up here, so we have stuff to do. Man, it's really good. Can slam trade. That's actually a really solid play. Follow up with Piloted. That was a fantastic turn for us. Just totally wiped out his 6-drop with, you know, maybe 4 mana total value. It didn't even slow us down. Oh wow, that's rough. That is a rough turn. I don't think we need to get fancy. Freezing him actually has potential value, right? If he has a weapon he's sitting on. I prefer to freeze a minion typically to guarantee a delay, but we're already close to our Yashiraj turn. Cleave is looking decent here. Oh, Cleave's looking really decent here. Can kill this thing even. So since I know for sure Cleave is going to kill it, I'll just trade into the lowest health thing and Cleave and play our Kodo Rider. We can't activate the Kodo Rider yet, so it's a little susceptible to death, but if he wastes resources killing it, we're just going to keep moving on, right? We've got huge stuff out. Ah, cool. We got one of those too, but we didn't get to use it, man. Didn't really help him. He still can't kill the Kodo Rider, so we're just going to get ridiculous value. Gonna Heroic Strike that, and I probably will. So Kodo Rider, Heroic Strike, trade. I don't even think I'm going to play another dude. I mean, he could have Brawl. Yeah. Letting that live is a nightmare. We didn't even get to Yashiraj, man. One more turn. One more turn. Alright, well that was easy. Good start. Thankfully he had a lot of weak minions early, just like we did. And he had that really bad shield block turn. It's just such a big board presence sacrifice when you have to shield block. I mean, it's an amazing constructed card because you know that you have resources to stabilize later. You've got shield slams, you got the brawls, you got executes, and arena. You don't got that stuff. You gotta play the board. Man, look at this hand. Look at this hand. Gotta get rid of all that junk. Need me the 2-drops. Oh, it got worse, I think. I think it got worse. Those are all amazing cards, don't get me wrong. But we need stuff to play. We don't even have the coin to coin out that Bloodhoof, so this could go disastrous if we don't get a good drop soon. Oh my god. Ugh, I mean, if it gets to turn 6, we're in shape, but until then, jeez. Don't play a 1-drop, please. Don't coin something out, please. Slow down. Oh, that's actually really good. Not only is it safe to play right now, but it draws me a card, which could be a huge, huge deal. And it buys me time to the Bloodhoof, too. And now you can't play a 2-health minion. Well, play that. Ugh. Give me a 3-drop or a 2-drop, anything. Now that's not even good really, because I have the 4-drops. That's not the gap. Depending on what he does, though, I may have to play it just so that the death rattle effect matters. And I can activate the Bloodhoof later. If I play the Bloodhoof first, it takes 2 turns for the death rattle here to activate the Bloodhoof. If I play this first, I can activate the Bloodhoof the same turn I play it. It depends on what he does, though. See, that's not very good against Despite. I may just play the Mechanical Yeti. Actually, no, the Bloodhoof's fine. They'll activate it themselves. They don't even kill it, so this should be okay. He actually had a pretty bad start. We might be able to stabilize here. We've got good 5s and 6s and taunts and removal. I think we can stabilize here. Hunter's Spark. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Play something with 4 health. Let me Death Spite it. Man. See, Death Spite's still not good because I gotta run it into one of the ones I want to kill. Like, how annoying is that? Sunwalker should be okay next turn. I'm just a little worried about my health. He's got 9 damage right now. He could take me to 17 right off the bat. I don't have like defensive stuff other than my hero power. And this 4/6 is probably gonna have to run into that 1/1 taunt. Oh my gosh, dude, slow down. Ugh, where's my Bloodsail Corsair or whatever his name is? I'm probably gonna Death Spite. I'm gonna trade Death Spite here and hero power. The taunt's okay, but it kind of dies quite easily to stuff, and the death rattle here next turn might make a huge difference. The problem, of course, is that he has 11 damage and I'm at 14 health, so we gotta stabilize real fast here behind a taunt, probably. Is that game? Did he seriously just win the game? He did, he's 15. Hopefully he doesn't notice. I think he had a 2/3 chance with Animal Companion to win the game, though. He may not see it yet. Oh, does he finally see it? I think he finally sees it. Yeah, he saw it. Wow, that's really annoying. It's really annoying. All the 1 health stuff really ruined my day right there. I mean, some people would say you should have played the Death Spite sooner. You should have played the Death Spite sooner. But the problem is, it doesn't work that way. I would have had to run the Death Spite into a 1/1. And all that stuff still would have attacked me, and I still wouldn't have had minions out. So, I mean, I would have killed it over 2 turns. But theoretically, I had to play for a big win. Otherwise, I'm always just farther behind on the board because he just keeps playing more and more stuff. So I don't know that we could have played that differently. We just didn't have the minions we needed to trade in. Like the Loot Hoarder instead of the Flame Juggler, for instance. Imagine a world where those had swapped, or a Bioflin Tide Hunter. We would have been in a lot better spot with more stuff to trade, or even a Cleave. So, just didn't have what we needed. We had all these late game cards that couldn't do anything, which is a risk, but I mean, with this many 2-drops, you'd hope that you draw into your stuff you need. We only have, 5 cards greater than 5 mana. Anyway, a little bit of a rough start, but I have a feeling this deck can stabilize. I think it's got what it needs. That was just an unfortunate loss. So, thanks so much for watching, and until next time with part 2 of the Yasharaj Warrior. Game on.